Now in this video, we're going to talk about inheriting tenants. Should you buy a property with tenants or only buy properties without tenants? Stay tuned to get my thoughts. Inheriting tenants can really be hit or miss. There are certain individuals out there that prefer to buy properties without tenants in it, and that's primarily driven by the fact that they want to be the ones to screen all of their tenants. On the flip side, you have individuals that really like the idea of buying a property with tenants because they already have an automatic income source when they buy the property. And of course, down the line, they can always optimize the property and if need be, either increase the rents on those tenants to market norms and or turn over those tenants. Personally, I don't have a preference either way. I like to place my own tenants in a property, but I'm also fine working with tenants that are already at a property. Which, to be honest, I kind of like, because that means that I'm able to get a better deal, right? When you can come into a situation and solve somebody else's problem, and let's be honest, more often than not, the majority of people don't want to deal with somebody else's problem. They don't want to take on that additional work or that additional challenge. But when you can come in and do that, you can oftentimes negotiate a better deal than you could on a traditional sale. In fact, last year I bought a 4-plex as well as a 5-plex, so 9 units total, and I initially had to turn over all but one of those units. Since then, we've actually turned over all of the units. Now, these are out of state, so I'm using property management on these particular properties, which, begs the question too of, do you have to do it yourself? And the answer is no. You can always hire property managers to help facilitate the turnover of units and also the management of your units. In order to be successful in real estate, you have to go in with the right mindset. You have to go with a mindset that is both realistic as well as conservative and allow for enough time to get things done and or realize that things will not always go as you planned. You should expect that things will arise, right? Things will come up that you probably will feel should have came up in an inspection or during your due diligence, and they just didn't, and that just happens. And it's just part of real estate and real estate investing. You should also expect that things more than likely will take longer than you plan to get done, especially in today's market. I personally always expect that things will take between 1 to 2 years to get optimized, and this is often because I'm looking to evolve a property to its highest and best use. And so I might inherit a property with some tenants that I need to turn over, or I might find a property that I need to do a bunch of work on, or maybe it's a property that I need to do work on and has tenants, and I need to wait until certain leases are up so that I can get into units and fix them up and then eventually turn them over. Or maybe even it's a fact that I'm looking to take a property and transition it from a long-term rental to a short-term rental. I think you get the process here, and the reality is it can take time, and oftentimes it takes longer than you expect. And so I have this vision of where I want the property to be, and I anticipate that I'm not going to reach that vision until 1 to 2 years, and particularly oftentimes, I envision it being at least 2 years until I get it fully optimized to where I want it to be. Now, this doesn't mean that I don't want the property to make money from the get-go. That's obviously my goal, and that's what I shoot for when I analyze and look at properties. But it's something to consider and think about as you go along, because if you have the right expectations, it will decrease your frustrations with real estate investing. That's it for this episode. If you have any questions, please feel free to hit me up in the comments below. If you'd like to connect, you can do so via my website, michaelglunk.com, and we'll see you on the next episode.